What is up, everyone? My name is Jericho from NASCAR on MDK. Welcome back to the episode of Inside the Line. Sorry if I look a bit tired. It's about, 2:20 in the morning. But, hey, grind does not stop. We keep going no matter what. No matter if it's 9 a.m. in the morning or if it's 4 a.m. in the morning. We gotta keep going with this channel. First of all, before I get into it, I love the growth that's been going around this channel so far. Getting a lot of positives, a lot of views going up. Interactions going up, and just want to say thank you for the support over the last few weeks and couple months or so. Really cannot appreciate it enough. I enjoy making videos now. I haven't enjoyed it for a long time, but now I'm really starting to get into rhythm things. Really enjoying these videos, and because yes, of course, the NASCAR Series X Cup Series is still underway. This Friday at the Daytona Speedway at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you guys check it out. Again, that's tomorrow. I also got other videos on the way, stock car stories, a look backs, and everything going on to keep you guys entertained for the next few, months now, knowing that NASCAR is no longer on the racetrack. But just because it's not on the racetrack, it is still in the news. We got 3 stories about here today. Well, actually 2. One revolving around a league that I'm a commentator on called the Core League. 2 days ago on Tuesday, they had their championship finale at the Atlanta Motor Speedway between 𝘬𝑃 and Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe came into the race 15 points behind 𝘬𝑃. 𝘬𝑃 was looking for redemption due to last season he lost the championship to Dale Reynolds by a tiebreaker. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it with the race recap from Tuesday's Core Championship finale. It was a great race, surprisingly, throughout the entire portion of the event, specifically between these two drivers. Joey Stone, the championship contender in second place, and the leader, 𝘬𝑃, behind him. These two drivers were going at it not only for this race, but the entire season. Joey Stone, who had the most wins coming into this season, who locked up, he earned 3 extra bonus points for the most wins, but he needed to win the race, lead the most laps, and have 𝘬𝑃 finish 9th or worse if he wanted to have any shot at contending for the championship. Problem was that Brian Patterson at 𝘬𝑃 Racing was just too consistent. He had an average finish of 3.0 entering this race. He needed to finish 8th or better to win the championship, and because there was only 11 cars in this race, it would be very, very difficult for Joey Stone to be able to pass him. And the interesting part about this was that if Brian Patterson were to lead a lap, then he would need to finish 9th or better. And there was a good portion out the race in the early stages of stage 2. We just saw 𝘬𝑃 Racing, see there, just all over the back bumper, trying to find out either A, make a lane, or B, force a lane underneath Joey Stone. These drivers were battling each other not only for the race, but the entire season. It was incredible to see these two drivers duke it out the whole season long. And you see there off turn 2, Joey Stone loses it, and that gives 𝘬𝑃 Racing the race lead. However, Michael Marouz will put a halt to that progress of 𝘬𝑃 Racing trying to contend for a championship, and he would actually lead the lap. Michael Marouz would lead the lap right before 𝘬𝑃 Racing. So, 𝘬𝑃 Racing, he still needed to lead a lap in order for him to finish 9th or better. And he did that by performing this incredible crossover move underneath Marouz in the middle of 1 and 2, and was able to get by Marouz off of 2, and was finally able to come off of turn 4, clear that double-zero car, Michael Cosey Jr., to lead a lap, and because of that, he went out to finish 9th or better, which just hinders the A-car's progress of contending for the championship. First caution of the day, in fact the only caution of the day, involves a championship contender. Michael Cosey Jr. and Joey Stone came onto pit road. Both drivers go with the right rear tire, and both spin entering pit road, which then brings out the caution. That's bad because that traps Darren Gilliam, Rusty Walrus, and I believe also Jake Baskinger 1 lap down. As you see there, come across our finish line, Joey Stone, like I said, who just dominated the entire portion of the race. He won stage 1 and won stage 2, and he was on his way to maybe contend for a victory. However, certain man named Trey Normal, Raw Gator, who has competed in it since Watkins Glen a few months ago, he was in contention all over the back bumper. Joey Stone was able to catch him and track him down, and was really putting pressure on Joey Stone the past 15 laps or so. It was really an incredible battle to see these two drivers race clean but race extremely hard, until 2 laps ago, Trey Normal made his move. It was all over the back bumper of Joey Stone. Joey Stone was a bit higher than normal. Normal puts a bit of a bumper to him, washes him up the racetrack. Normal gets to his inside of Joey Stone down the back straightaway with a lap and a half to go, and entering 3 and 4 with the inside lane being the preferred lane. Normal would take the advantage and pass Joey Stone, coming to the white flag, and off turn 4, Joey Stone would try to make one last effort to get by and clips the apron, but it would not work, and Trey Normal would come off of turn 4 and would win the Soundhead Entertainment 250 at Atlanta, his first victory of the season. And you see there, 𝘬𝑃 Racing, he comes across start finish line in 3rd, And with that, he racks up the championship, getting redemption from, hey, coincidence, he beats Dale Reynolds to hold that 3rd place spot to win his first ever Core League Championship. Here's look at the unofficial results. Trey Normal wins the race. 2nd place is Joey Stone. 3rd is Brian Pasternak. 4th is Dale Reynolds. 5th is Cody Higgin. 6th is Damon Cornelius. 7th is Michael Kosey Jr. 8th is Darren Gilliam. 9th is Jake Baskinger. 10th is Rusty Walrus. And 11th is Michael Maruz. I should point out that was Michael Maruz, so I was trapped a lap down, not Jake Baskinger. And here are the final standings for Season 2. Joey Stone was only able to gain 3 points on Brian Pasternak, go from 15 points down to now just 12 points. But that 279-point victory locks up the championship for Brian Pasternak. 3rd is Drive Through. 4th is Michael Kosey Jr. 5th is Darren Gilliam. Cody Higgin jumps up 1 spot to 6th place, the Daytona 250 winner. A nice season for him. 7th is Brendan Littell. 8th is Rusty Walrus. 9th is Joseph Wimborne. And right at the top 10 is Trey Normal. He does not move a position up or down, stays in the 10th spot. 11th is Jake Baskinger. 12th is Michael Maruz. 13th is Jared Lovenberg. 14th, Diego Alvarado. 15th, Ed Southland. Season 1 champion Dale Reynolds, and 16th due to him missing a majority part of the season. 17th is Ray Jacobs. 18th is Ryan Labonte. 19th is Daniel Baldwin. 20th is Jonathan Ramos. And rounding out the 21 entry field is Caleb Hoffman, 278 points behind. And like I said, throughout the entire season, it was What If Racing and Joey Stone that was just battling out from the start of Daytona till the very end at Atlanta. And What If Racing's numbers is just incredible. Let's take a look here. So he competed in every single race, one of only a handful of drivers to do that. 3 wins, 16 top 5s, 17 top 10 finishes with an average finish of 3.0 and 343 laps led. By the way, that 16 top 5s and 17 top 10s are most of the season. And while it was the triumphant redemption of one driver, sadly it is the end of another, the end of an era for one driver. Joey Stone announced a few weeks ago that he would be retiring from the Core League as a driver, and Tuesday was his final race as a driver, and unfortunately did not get the job done. But regardless, an incredible career nonetheless. Over 2 seasons, competed in 25 races, 8 career wins, the most so far out of any driver in the Core League, 18 top 5s, 24 top 10s, an astounding average finish of 4.315, an incredible 1,093 laps led. He's the only driver to break the 1,000 laps led column. So incredible career for Joey Stone, who I believe will still remain in the Core League as an admin, but will no longer participate as a driver. Congratulations to What If Racing and the entire Core League on an incredible season. I was able to broadcast the season. We had a few ups and downs, a few broadcast issues, but I was glad to be able to close out the season with a bang. Don't know what Season 3 will hold, but I'm sure it's going to be one to remember. Now let's go from the virtual portion of NASCAR for just a little bit to now the real world of NASCAR. Adam Stern released a tweet on March 18th that NASCAR could be looking at other venues to sort of add some upgrades to it. There was a tweet from Adam Stern, and it says, quote, NASCAR is evaluating opportunities across properties in Charlotte, Chicagoland, Daytona, Des Moines, Detroit, Fontana, Homestead, Kansas City, Phoenix, Richmond, and Talladega. Have in mind to sign Hollywood Casino at Kansas/1 Daytona at DIS are the sort of projects in mind. And I love this idea that NASCAR is doing to sort of update the tracks. You know, before then, it's built it and they will come. Now it's built it, but make sure you have to make them feel welcome. You have to make sure you have everything that they need at your disposal. You know, you need to have this, you need to have that, to sort of, because fans nowadays are so uptight, they need everything handed to them. They need this, they need that, they need so many things to have them either, you know, A, want to go to the race, and B, have them stay and come back for more. And I think doing these, like the one Daytona, which, well, I was there for the 2020 Daytona 500, is incredible. We didn't stay there, like we didn't, you know, hang out there, look at stores, but it was incredible just the way everything looked. I really enjoyed it. The Hollywood Casino from Kansas is another great addition. But I am interested in Adam Stern's talking about Des Moines and Detroit. If I'm not mistaken, there are no NASCAR tracks, or at least that I know of, no NASCAR tracks there. Actually, no, Detroit, they do have one, the Belle Isle, but I don't know if that's going to fit NASCAR. And Des Moines and Iowa Speedway, I don't know. Like, it's very interesting that he points out Detroit and Des Moines like that. I understand Fontana, Homestead, they definitely need it. Apparently the IDK, the track is very old, has not been had any sort of changes since it was resurfaced back in 2003. That was probably the only thing that they've done. But but Chicago, remember there was reports rooming around that Chicago could be off the schedule. Charlotte. That was really about it. I also throw in Fontana, but you know, tracks like Kansas City, they have the casino. Phoenix had that $100 million renovation. Richmond had that infield renovation. Talladega also had the infield renovation. And so, yeah, but I'm very interested to see what comes out of this project. Because, like I said, NASCAR, they need to update, not NASCAR, but I guess the tracks, they need to update their facilities to make it more accustomed to today's fan base. You know, there's good majority of the tracks there that NASCAR goes to, they still have this early 2000s mentality of, oh, I'll just build the track, they'll come. No, you have to do that plus a lot more. And now let's head on to a big story that's going to take place possibly on Sunday. So if you guys don't know, NASCAR put out an iRacing Pro Invitational. It's going to take place over the next coming weeks, and it's going to have drivers like Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Clint Bowyer, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and much more. As a result of the pandemic that's going on around the world, they figure, hey, let's give something to the fans so that they could be entertained by something, so they don't have nothing to watch on Sundays. Well, it looks like we're going to have a broadcast partner on TV to carry out those races. According to Adam Stern, it says, quote, FS1 is expected to air the first race of the iRacing's new NASCAR Pro Invitational Series from Virtual Homestead on Sunday, barring any issues for people familiar. Now, this is big. FS1, if I'm not mistaken, has never broadcast an iRacing race. They've done segments like highlights of races on their NASCAR Race Hub program, but only NBC has ever done that. And that was on, you know, part of NASCAR America's sort of thing. I think it's on Wednesday or Thursday nights they did this, if I'm not mistaken. But this is going to be on Sunday. A lot more people are going to be at home. I was hoping at first it might be on network television on Fox, but FS1, that's still fine with me. But yeah, it's really, really cool to see eSports now having more of a platform on NASCAR compared to other forms of sports, you know, like the NFL, the MLB, NBA. They don't really have sort of the platform that NASCAR has, where you can get like close to reality as iRacing. You know, yeah, you got NBA 2K or Madden NFL, but it's not like iRacing. You know, iRacing, it is like, it's the closest you can get to real life. And that, I think that is very cool that FS1 is going to be airing the NASCAR Invitational Series this Sunday. I'm going to be watching it definitely for sure. And also, we have another iRacing event going on. In fact, it's going to happen tonight. Ryan Vargas is a good friend of ours in the NASCAR YouTube community. He was able to put on the E-Truck Series Night in America and was able to get Filter Time to sponsor it, gets all these people involved in it to have a really stacked field for tonight's event. I think it's going to take place at Worldwide Technology or Atlanta. I'm not sure yet on the track, but here's a look at just some of the drivers that are going to be participating. You have Parker Kligerman, who's part of NBC Sports. Ryan Truex, a NASCAR Truck and Xfinity driver. Brandon Brown, also a NASCAR Xfinity driver. Josh Bilicki, Ty Gibbs, Raja Caruth, Brad Perez, and Joey Stone, which, by the way, Joey Stone, him and Drive-Thru designed this beautiful car to sort of represent the NASCAR community. And look at that, your boy MDK, the logo is on the truck. By the way, Drive-Thru, perfect. You did a great job designing that race car. It looks beautiful. It reminds me of like an ARCA car when you have all of those sponsors all over the car, and it just looks beautiful. Congrats to Drive-Thru on the design of the car, and good luck to Joey Stone on this race here tonight. It's going to be very fun to watch. I highly recommend you guys tune into it. It's going to be very, 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 very fun to watch. And that's going to conclude this episode of Inside the Lines. Tell me what do you guys think of any of the stories I talked about in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. But until next time, my name is Jack Cross from NASCAR on MDK, and I'll see you guys in the next video.